Okay, let's take a look at the geometric series 6, 12, 24, 48, 96, 192. The first thing we need to find is a common ratio, and then we need to find the number of terms, and we are also going to need the first term. So, common ratio from 6 to 12, 12 to 24, 24 to 48, we can see that that common ratio is 2. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms in our sequence, and the first term is 6. So to find the sum of those 6 terms, we need the first term in our sequence, which is 6. We need the 1 minus, the ratio is 2 to the 6th power because there are 6 terms. And we're going to divide that by 1 minus the ratio, which is 2. And let's go ahead and simplify. We know that's negative 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So we have 6 times 1 minus 2 to the 6th power. 2 to the 6th power is 64. So we have the sum of our 6 terms is 6 times 63, times a negative 63 divided by negative 1. The sum of those first 6 terms in that sequence, 6 times a negative 63 is a negative 378 divided by negative 1 is 378. So the sum of those 6 terms is 378. Now let's take a look at a sequence with negatives in there. So we have 6, negative 12, positive 24, negative 48, 96, and a negative 192. Same series that we looked at just previously, except now every other term is a negative. So to go from 6 to negative 12, we would multiply by negative 2. Is that the same ratio to go from negative 12 to a positive 24? Is negative 2 times a negative 12 a positive 24? Yes. So our common ratio is a negative 2. The number of terms we have are still 6. And our first term is still a positive 6. So to find the sum of those 6 numbers, we still take our first term, and it is 1 minus a negative 2 to the 6th power divided by 1 minus a negative 2. Well, this is 6 times, this is going to be 1 plus 2 to the 6th power. So 1 plus 2 to the 6th power. So we have the sum of our 6 numbers is going to be 6 times 1 plus, we said 2 to the 6th power was 64, divided by 3. So that is 6 times 65 divided by 3. So the sum of the first 6 terms in that series (65 times 6 is 390 divided by 3. So it is 130. And you will find that if you add all those terms, you will end up with 130. Let's take a look at this. We have a series, 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus however many numbers are in there, plus 256. And we want to find the sum of this. Well, we can't find the sum until we know how many terms there are. There are not 256 terms, and there are not only 4 terms. the ellipsis in there tells you that there are more terms in between. So what we need to do is we need to actually list these out. So it would be 4, 8, 16, then would come 32, then 64, then 128, and then 256. So we found the end of the series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 terms. The common ratio is 2. And the first term is 4. So the sum, whoops, it's not the sum of 4 terms. The sum of 7 terms, when the first term is 4, and the common ratio is 2 to the 7th power divided by 1 minus 2. That's going to give us 4 times 1 minus 128 divided by negative 1. So the sum of those 7 terms is 4 times negative 127 divided by negative 1. 4 times negative 127 is negative 508 divided by negative 1 is 508. So the sum of those terms is 508.